Yeah, I came to America. I'd always wanted to come to America. And then it fitted in last year with the World Equestrian Games being on in North Carolina. So I came over in January with 3 horses and quite quickly met Dorian, and he introduced me to Summit. So all my horses are now on Summit, and yeah, we've had a great run. I was lucky enough to win the 5-star in Akala after being here a month, which made a few people kind of take notice of Carrots. And we had a good Spruce Meadows, and then went to the World Equestrian Games. It was my first time representing Australia on a team, and we ended up 6th on the team. So we qualified the team for Tokyo Olympics, which was a great week. We were with a really good group of guys, some that I've been jumping with since I was like 14 or 15 years old back in Australia. And then we finished up 12th individually on the final day. So that was a great first championship for me. And now, yeah, we're aiming for Tokyo. So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
So, Rowan, I have a question for you. You were just up in
What more would you like, Dorian?
I would like to know what you just did up in Spruce Meadows just a little while ago.
Can you hear me, Dorian? Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Now
Good.
you can.
Excellent. And what you got to love it when it says your internet connection is unstable. I've been called unstable before.
Mine?
It's okay. No, mine. So, Rowan, what?
All right. Yeah.
What did you just do up in Spruce Meadows?
So in September they had the Masters, the big kind of end of season show for them, and they have the world's biggest and richest Grand Prix, $3 million, and I was lucky enough to finish second behind Beezy Madden. So that was a great Sunday, and yeah, so yeah, I mean, there are meter 70 jumps there. It's the biggest Grand Prix in the world. It's the course builder does not like clear rounds there. It's known to be extremely tough, or the toughest there is. So, but that suits my mare. She's a real fighter. She hasn't kind of been easy over the years. It's taken me a long time, but she fights for me every inch of the way, and so something like that just suits her down to the ground, where she gives everything she's got.
Well, I just want to say, I mean,
I have a question for Rowan.
Okay. Yes.
When you gave your horse the first injection, did you actually see a difference, or was it only after you've done the 4 loading doses? And did you start with the 4 loading doses?
Yes. So I noticed a difference probably a couple of days, because I was at a show when Dorian introduced me to it, and
Right.
my mare puts a lot of stress on herself when she jumps. So her recovery was much better, and I was able, to jump her more than I normally would. And I actually keep all my horses. They have a dose every Monday, because they're they're high-end athletes, and they do more than a normal horse would. So yeah, mine get a dose every Monday.
Dorian, I thought that maybe 24 hours before the Grand Prix you would get one shot too, but you just do it the week before.
Yes, I think well, I just do it a week, and I think that because it's every week, I think that's works well for me. Yeah, and it just fits into my system, so it's just a regular Monday. So then it's easier to remember, and I think in that format she doesn't need it the day before a Grand Prix. I think maybe sometimes you can, but I think that dose keeps her fine.
Thank you.
What product were you using before you started using Summit?
That's a good question. I don't even know that.
Look, I didn't really use much. I tried Ataclan before, but I didn't really notice a huge improvement, and it was very expensive. And then I'd used some powders from some various different kind of powders that were meant to help, but it didn't really, in my mind, it didn't make much of a difference. And then also, you never know when they feed, they knock a bit of feed over, so it's difficult to know they get it. So yeah, it's just been part of fit into part of my routine, and now I would not use it.
So you're saying the other product that you tried and you didn't see much results was expensive. So from your perspective, you do not consider Summit to be expensive.
No, no, definitely not. The amount of difference it's made in my horses, and
Right.
when it helps them achieve what they've done, and they're
When you can win
they're always on the road.
$600,000.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I've been lucky enough that my mare's, she's, and all my other horses as well, they're all on it. And another horse, the Verse W, he's now won 2 Spruce Meadows derbies in a row. And another grey horse of mine that I just bought at the beginning of the year, and he's gone on to do much more than most people thought he would. So I definitely think that's helped him. Everyone's commented on how much he's improved and the difference in him. So that's definitely part of that difference everyone's seeing.
Great.
Well,
So you feel strongly that it helps your horses. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
well, and Rowan,
I think my horses, they're at a high level, and it's like all high athletes. They've maybe always got a little bit of an issue that you're trying to manage and help. So I definitely find that helps those. They all have different issues as such, but it helps them in every way.
and I joke with Rowan a lot about how well he's done, but I also know for a fact that he's been training in England for 20 years, and that none of this came easy. I mean, I like to pick on him because he can make a lot of money in 45 seconds, but I also know that he's the first one up in the morning, he's the first one at the barn, and he's usually the last one at the barn at the end of the day. So as much as I like to joke on him, he's a really hardworking guy that's really earned it and has really put his money where his mouth is. Because Rowan doesn't take on clients. A lot of trainers and a lot of riders, they take on clients to have that extra income. If Rowan doesn't do well, Rowan doesn't eat. So
Yeah.
He's like a lot of us. There's a saying in business, you eat what you kill, and Rowan has truly been one of those people. And so his success story is better than I think most, because he's done it all pretty much himself. And that means a lot.
Thank you, Dorian.
Well, I don't like to compliment you too much, but every once in a while you deserve it. So
yeah,
who else?
it's obviously harder work for myself and everything, but then at the day I'm not relying on anyone else to help. Well, bar my horses, I'm always relying on them, of course. But yeah, the more I work and put into it, hopefully the more I get back, and that's why I'm every edge, the way we work them, or the way I feed them, and obviously the way I look after them, and they have to be in the best health they can, because then they can perform the best, and then I get to eat more.
And eat you can. Who else has a question?
So my question, I'm going to ask you a personal question. So tell us a little bit about what preparation or routine you go through prior to competing. So do you do any visualization exercises? What are you kind of thinking about prior to getting on board and starting the competition?
Well, first of all, I like to go to the competition knowing that I've done everything possible to put in a good performance. So, you know, leaving no stones unturned, the horses in the best health. You know, my training is all set, so that makes me feel very confident that I'm going there with the best game plan, and you know, I'm not thinking, oh, you know, I wish I'd ridden her a little bit longer, or I wish she was fitter, or I wish she, you know, felt better. So that's my first goal for me, because then it gives me a lot of confidence in everything, and I don't have to worry about anything. And then as it gets nearer to the competition, you know, we normally have obviously a build up for the week towards the main class, the Grand Prix. So I just like to have everything organized, and, you know, making sure everything's going well. And then in the morning, I'll always ride, you know, I ride her, as Dorian said before, I don't give her much work as such, because she gets very stressed, but I do a lot of walking, and I just like to walk her everywhere. And then we know, I know it's like we're both very relaxed, and we know exactly where everything is, and it puts us in a nice kind of frame of mind. And then when I walk the course, we come across what tests the course builder has made for us. So then I like to go through it as I kind of look as how it's going to be when I'm riding it. So I see myself coming to the first fence, and I see myself, you know, from sitting in the saddle, and how I'm going to ride every distance and every jump. And then after I do that, I like to picture myself looking at myself going around. So I see myself going around, and I see how I'm going to jump it, and how I'm going to ride the line. So I kind of picture it from the two different angles. Well, I do like to maybe have a little 10-minute snooze or something.
So,
that's good.
Rowan,
I find if I'm very confident. Yeah, if I'm very confident and I've got a good plan, then I just like to have a little rest and let my body recharge. And then when I wake up, I feel that I'm all set, and I've kind of almost in my mind been processing how I'm going to ride the course, and then I wake up and away we go.